As you know, this is the All-Star Weekend over here, and I get to have the great pleasure of introducing people that are my heroes. That's the fun of sitting here, and this next guest is one of mine as well. I've actually had the opportunity to know him since NCSY, right? And we're talking 20, 30 years. And Steve Burg is not only the CEO and the head of Aish HaTorah. The rabbi you just heard from, Rabbi Berkowitz, is the Rosh Yeshiva of Aish HaTorah. If you've never gone to Aish HaTorah, and if you've ever been in Israel, you need to go. If you've ever been in Israel, here's how you find Aish HaTorah. Go to the wall, turn around, and look up. It's the most beautiful building. Walk in at any time, at any moment. There are classes all the time, and they've got some of the greatest rabbis basically teaching for free. It is the bastion of wisdom built by a man who was one of the greatest rabbis of the last generation, by Noah Weinberg. Rabbi Stephen Burg is here. He is the head of that organization, an individual who has been in every aspect of the Jewish community, a personal hero of mine, someone who's got an incredible vision and the ability to get it done. Rabbi Burg, thanks so much for joining us today. Thanks for being here with us.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for that commercial. I don't really know why I'm here. You can speak about Aish much more articulately than I can, Charlie.
I appreciate that. And someone who spent his life, really, in the world of outreach, in the world of sharing wisdom with every type of Jew, right? I remember once we were sitting together and you wouldn't eat meat because you felt like not enough Jews were connected, and as a result, you just wanted to feel that, and I was blown away by that. Your heart bleeds for the larger Jewish people. I know that personally, because I know you personally. As someone like yourself, tell me what it feels like to be sitting here in front of 90,000 people and being part of this celebration.
Look, I think it's great. I think it's amazing. I mean, Aish HaTorah has always been built on teaching Torah. So for us, this is really what it's all about. On the other hand, I'm a little bit in mourning. I mean, we should be filling up 10 of these stadiums or 20 of these stadiums. There's so many people that should be here, and we see them come through Aish HaTorah. As you mentioned, we have the most incredible location in the world at the Western Wall. Just to give you an idea, over 8 days of Hanukkah, 500,000 people came to the Western Wall. Just to give you the idea of the numbers. Now, last year we had 200,000 people come through the building, and our goal is to have more. But we have Jews that have zero background, some of them just found out they're Jewish, and the second they start learning Torah, they feel this closest to the Almighty. And it's not like we're pitching Torah because you're Jewish. It's the whole thing. This will change your life. It'll take your family, and it'll just qualitatively it'll make you a better person. And so people are being robbed of their heritage. It's not just their heritage, it's the quality that they should be living a full life. And so I think this is great. I think it's amazing. But to me, there's a depressing aspect of the fact that millions of Jews are disappearing.
Yeah, I think your sentiments are definitely heartfelt. What do you think the greatest block is? I found in reviewing some of the videos and in speaking to a lot of the people, there's a block. People think that Torah is for just a small segment of the Jewish people, and they don't realize that Jewish values and Jewish wisdom and Torah really is an open book, if you will, for everybody. And just the ability to get into it will make a difference in your life at every level.
Yeah.
And I feel the frustration that you have, that you just wish that everybody sort of knew that and come in as you are. Don't come in as you think you need to be. And if you come in as you are, it'll make an impact on you. What do you think are some of the blocks that you think are out there in the world that people are
I think the blocks is people just haven't done it. And I think that's the block. I tell you, we have a very special room that we bring people before we go out to the Western Wall. It's a room about prayer. It's a 60-second video. And I have to tell you, the people that don't pray on a daily basis, I can't tell you, they break into tears. They start bawling when they write that note to God because they're not used to that relationship with God. I think people just haven't done it, and I think we need to do it more. I think everyone here has unaffiliated Jews that they interact with. I mean, doctors, lawyers are in our lives all over the place, and I think we have to get into that mode of sharing Jewish pieces of wisdom with them. And Rabbi Warren Goldstein, for example, who did the Shabbos project, he's now coming out with a Pirkei Avos project where he's going to take it from Shabbos to Torah study, and in a very easy level, just for people, very approachable. People are terrified. They don't know. This is beautiful out there, but most people would be terrified to walk in the stadium if they knew that so many Orthodox Jews are going to be there. We have a PR problem. We have a marketing problem, and people need to understand that the Torah is for them. It's not just for the people in the stadium. And if we just go out there and people are attuned to that, then I think a lot more people will come closer to the Almighty.
Good question. I mean, I was in that room actually recently. I was in the building many times, and then just recently I got an opportunity to go into that room. If you haven't been there, I mean, I try and pray pretty often. I went in that room and I cried. It is just transformational. And the things that are happening in the building, like you said, hundreds of thousands of people coming in, And the building is just an epicenter, right? I mean, Asia's got stuff going on all over the world. Like,
yeah. Yeah, Aish.com, we see millions of people, and we even have a thing called a live chat now, where if you go to Aish.com, you could try it now, go to Aish.com, and you hang out there for 60 seconds or so, a rabbi will try and engage you in conversation.
Wow.
And if you're not connected, he will help connect you to a local rabbi or person to study with. So we have millions of people online. We've got hundreds of thousands of people coming to the building, and then we have branches in Latin America, North America, English-speaking countries like Australia, South Africa, England, and then we're huge in Israel. We worked with about 50,000 Israelis last year across Israel. So, but the goal is just again to study Torah. I mean, after that, it's
right. Study Torah. Just
come
as you are.
That's
come
it.
As
it's
you
really
are.
people overcomplicate it. It's not that complicated.
Right. And I think ultimately, while this, for those who are watching, this may look like an intimidating stadium. It's very not intimidating. When you walk in, you'll feel comfortable. But to Rabbi Burg's point, I think you're exactly right. There is a certain wall that people have that they think that you have to be like somebody else. And if you haven't yet gone to Aish.com, open up a new browser. Don't leave us just yet. You got to go to Aish.com. They've got some good videos there. They had,
there's a link on Aish.com back to you guys. So full circle will be okay. It'll be okay.
Really, you got to go to Aish.com. They've got incredible stuff, Aish HaTorah. And one of the things that Aish does is, and you in particular and the whole team, is really try to get this message out. Study wherever you are, whatever you can, because any of the study that you do will just make you a better person. I don't think that message yet has gotten to the different aspects of our people. I think that it becomes, if I study, then I got to look like somebody else. If I study about Shabbat, then I got to keep Shabbat. I think there's a block there. I think at the end of the day, it's whatever I study is valuable. Study itself is valuable, and wherever I go with it, I go with it. But the idea that just come in and learn about your heritage and learn about our peoplehood.
Yeah. Yeah, look, Charlie, you know this better than anyone. The amount of money that's spent on self-help and people trying to get better and bettering themselves and going to seminars and reading books and all this stuff, it's a billions and billion dollar industry. We started in the industry.
Right.
We're still on top of the industry. We're just doing a bad job of marketing ourselves. But for 3,000 years, we have had the secret to people becoming better, and it's Torah. That's what God gave us. And, if you do it right, you'll wind up a relationship with the Almighty. And at the end of the day, I think we also have to emphasize that Torah is a means to an end. If you don't wind up at the Almighty at the end, then you got the wrong path going on there. So, you learn the Torah, then you wind up with the Almighty, and then everything else will be amazing.
Amazing. And Steve, we're actually going to go live to the stadium now. We have an amazing Siyum moment about to happen. We're going to see, we saw one before, Charlie, if you remember, with the child who had, the story with the cancer. And he was studying, which is just another Jewish hero. And, now with Aish sharing Torah all over the world, and now we're going to go live to the stadium to hear another amazing story.